Hi guys, and welcome to Java tutorial of student result recording system developed using NetBeans. Okay guys, let me show you how this works. Right here I have this particular student transcript. Her name is Rebecca, and here are the details of her result. Right here, that's the course she's studying and so on. Okay, now let's make use of this button here. You see this very button? If I click on it, I should be able to add the details of Rebecca straight onto the student record here. If you guys notice the student record, there's nothing about Rebecca there, and at the same time there's nothing about Rebecca on the workbench itself. Okay, so let's get that working now. So I'm going to go back. Let's just minimize that and come right here, and I'm going to click on add. There we go. See that? It's telling us that student result updated. So I'm going to click on OK, and let's go straight to the student records here. Inside the student records, we should be able to see Rebecca's details there. That is it. That's Rebecca's details right there. Let me just show you guys the workbook as well. Okay, right here on the MySQL Workbench, and right here that's Rebecca's details as well. Okay, let's minimize that. The next thing we can do is to print out our transcripts. Let's hit on print, and I'm just going to save that as a PDF file. Click on print, save it. Let's save it on my desktop. Okay, I'm just going to give it a name. Let's just call it Rebecca. That's fine. Rebecca's underscore transcript, and I'm gonna save that straight onto my desktop. Click on save. There we go, and that is it right on my desktop there. Okay, so I'm gonna exit out of the printed copy, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on reset. And there guys, so let's add new candidate details in there. So let's say that is student reference, and the name is David or Dave, surname maybe Johnny, Dave Johnny, number 17, Little Venice. There, it's male, and Dave is actually studying the following course. Let's say it's into a serious game, and here are the units. There we go. Oh, we should enter grades in there, and grades in there as well. Artificial intelligence, games, let's say procedural programming, cyber security is one of the units, and that. Okay, so all we then need to do is just click on result. There we go, second class upper. So for this transcript there, and that's it guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys straight into Java development environment, and we'll put one of these together, and I'll see you guys shortly. And let's exit out guys and start a new project. I'm going to click on exit, click on yes there. So let's go straight to file, new project, and make sure you select Java with and select Java application, click on next, and there I'm going to give a project a name. I will call that student result system. There we go, and I'm going to uncheck this very create main class so that I can work with the form. So I'm going to click on finish. Now let's go straight into student results recording system, and we can start. That is it right there. Okay, right click on it, and let's go to new and we select JFrame form. There, give that a name, and the project name is also student result system. The package name, I'm going to call it the same thing, and let's click on finish. Student result system. Click on finish. There we go. Now the development environment is ready. Right click on the frame itself. Let's select set layout and select absolute layout. The reason why I'm doing that is so that I'll be able to distribute my components the way I want, else you're going to be restricted. Okay, let's right click on it again and let's select properties, and in there select code, and here you see where we have generate center. Make sure that is checked. The size of my form, I'm going to make that 1400 by 800. There we go. The width 1400, height 800. Click on close. There. Now let's go straight to the palette here where the tools are. I now need tab plane. Drop that in here, and I'm just going to expand the tab plane that much. But before I go any further, let's go back into our palette, and I'm going to select plane so that I can create the tab so that it looks just like a proper tab. Click on plane, bring it there, drop it right here. One. Okay, repeat the same thing for the next one, because I'm going to need two of those, and just drop it there. Now do that again. There we go. That is two. Right, if you guys notice, okay, we need to also right click on it, else we won't be able to do anything much. Instead of free design, I want it to be absolute design, so that I have the right to move everywhere, anywhere I want on the system. So click on the absolute layout. There we go. And I'm going to repeat the same thing for the second tab, absolute layout as well. Come on. There we go. Now for this tab, I'm going to go straight to the properties. I want to change the border style. I'm going to make that about 8 here, and in here I'll just enter 8. That will be the thickness. And here the color, I'm going to change the color to cadet blue. So cadet blue is 95 158 160. that is the RGB. There we go, and click on OK. That's done. Yeah, I don't want it rounded. I'm going to click on OK. There we go. That is it, done. Now you see this very top, I'm going to right click on it, and I'll change the name to University Record. Tab 1 taken care of. Right click on tab 2, and let's repeat the same thing. I'll just change that to maybe student record, something like that. There, student records. Okay, all right, let's move this here and just drag this that much, or right click on it and you just change the properties, or come in here, select the properties. You can make that about 1000 plus. The width will be about 1000 plus. There guys, I'm gonna make that about, let's say, 660, and that is for the height. The width, I'm gonna make that about 1340. There we go. That is fine. Yeah. Now the next thing I want to do is, I'm now going to go back to my palette here, and let's select plane again. Place that here. Okay, I'm going to change the size of that very plane to the border style. Actually, let's change that to about 8 as well. 8, and change that to 95 158 658 160 there, and this the thickness 8 as well. There we go. Right click on it, and I'm going to change that to absolute layer. Okay, done. I can even copy and paste. I have two, and I'm going to have another one here. Paste. There we go. That's fine. Now drag this down. About that. I think I'm going to need another one really. So let's add one more. Paste. Oh, that one is here. And I'm going to reduce the size of this because that's going to be for my buttons. Bring it down. Alright, I want this button all the way here. Okay. Looking good. And bring this down. I'm going to extend the size of this, extend the width, and here let's reduce this a little bit. Yeah, and I'm also going to copy it. Actually, copy, paste, bring it down. That is fine. Okay, looking good. If I run it now, let's run it anyway. Compile and run. Okay, click on run. Click on OK because it's the first time I'm running it. That's why the dialog box pops up. Alright, that is how it's looking, guys. Looking good. Now, okay, let's exit and come back in here. You see right here, I am going to add, no, go straight to the palette, come on. I am going to add text field here. No, text area. Bring a text area there. The rest of them are going to be text field. Just drag it all the way and bring it right down. That's going to be for my transcript. So we can right click on that and just change the name of that to JTXT transcript. There we go. Transcript done. Now we need buttons here. We need about 6. Right, come back in here. Buttons, J buttons. There we go. Grab that and pick that right there. Reduce it down much and copy that very button. We have 2. Copy again. We have another 2. This would be and another 2 here. There we go. Alright, I'm going to select all the buttons and just make the text content bold. Text, where is it? Right here. I'm going to make that 24 bold. There we go. Right, and this very one here, change the text content of this to exit. And the name is going to be known as JBTN exit. So the variable name is JBTN exit, which means Java button exit. Okay. Now the next one, this one is going to be known as reset. JBTN reset. And the text content on it, I'm going to change that to reset. So right click, text edit, reset. This one right here, that's going to be known as JBTN result. And the text content, we change that to result. There. I'm going to increase the size of these because this one is going to be known as JBTN transcript. Copy that and change the text to transcript, and there, that means I need enough room for that. Okay, we have our transcript in place. There, I'm going to make this one exactly the same size with that. the same width. Okay, then the two at the edge will be short. Alright then, so this is going to be print and variable name jbtn print. There. And finally, this one is just going to be known as add details or whatever. jbtn add. Alright, all done. So let's design the interface here. And right up here, what I'm going to now add will be as follows. Go straight to the palette. I need the following. Label. Where is it? Label. There we go. One label here. I'm going to make the size of that very label 24 as well. There. Okay. I'm going to need around 8 of those there. So copy that. We have 2 now. Copy 2. There we go. Okay, we have. Right, we're going to move this one down a little bit. We need more room here. There we go. Right, that is fine. Okay, and we need about 6 down here. So I'm going to copy 6 of those. Copy and paste that here. Bring it up. We have 6, that's fine. And here I need 8 here. No, it's going to be more than 8 there. Copy and paste. 3 up there. Copy this. No, just copy 3 anyway. Copy, paste. 1, 2, and 3. Then I need another 3 down here. Okay. Bring that down here. Right. Okay, now let's add text field. One text field here. And change the size of that text field to 24. So it's going to be plain 24 plain, that's fine. So copy and paste. Paste again. Okay, I'm going to just grab these 3, bring them down here. Now paste 1 up here, and this one will copy it, enhance it and copy it. So I want to change the text content on these to 0. Okay, let's get it centered. Where is align centered? Horizontal align, let's say it's center. Okay, so I'm now going to copy that. Copy and just paste. We have to. Let's move all of this up a little bit. Okay, then that's fine. So in here I'm going to add a combo box. That's a combo box here. Change the size of that combo box. The font size, let's change that to 24 as well. There we go. There. And copy it across. Copy, paste. We have paste again. Paste. There. Okay, I'm going to have to tidy up things, but before I do that, I just want to show you guys what I'm about to do. This very one here, I'm going to change the text content to 1, and I might as well just add a border to it. Now coming here, the border, I'm going to make it maybe about 2 or 1, something like that. Let's say 2. Repeat that again. Text content in it is 1. Very good. There. And drag this. We have enough room there. Let's get the text content centered. Properties. Where is align? Get it centered. Right. So I might as well just delete all of this since I've enhanced the other one. Now I need these 3. The rest can go. Now copy this. Copy. That will be 2. We have 3, 4, okay, just copy all of these. Copy, paste. Guess you guys are following. 6. We have 7 here, and this is going to be 8. There we go. Those are for the 8 units. So move all of these up. Right, it's taking shape. That's good. So this one here, change that to, I think maybe total score, something like that. Let's go for total score. And this is going to be called ranking. And here I'm going to call this date. Right, looking good. Okay, these ones here, we just drag them. Let's just drag it all the way. Right, this variable name will be known as j txt total, maybe total score. Right, and this one is ranking. And this is date. Okay, no, that's wrong. Yeah, let's cut that off. And variable name, there we go. Get rid of the text content in here as well, and this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe copy one of these. I'm going to need 1, 2, actually 2, 1, 2, copy and paste one here, paste it here. I need one underneath here, and that would be in the 5th one. Now we need all of this. Okay, let's copy this, copy, paste. This is going to be the way it moves. Alright, no, this one. Let's check the name. Okay, that's for the, so this is the copied one. Bring that here. This remains where it's meant to be. Alright, so we just copy this, copy that, paste. Right, and just one more here. Okay, and right underneath here we need 5 of those, so let me just select 1, 2, copy and paste. Let's bring it down. And one more. Paste. Okay. Right, we just need to start giving them a proper name. So let's start by giving this one, I'm going to change that to student ID. This will be first name, surname, and so on, guys. So I'm going to have to speed that up now that you guys, I'm sure you're all pretty confident on how to rename and so on now. So let's speed that up. I'll get back to you shortly. Okay guys, I've finished with the design of the interface, just putting it all in order. But you see this combo box, I need to add some details to them. So I'm going to start with this there now. Just take it from there. So select that very combo box. Let's go straight to the properties, and we need model here, there. And I'm just going to enter, let me enter female there, and male. Okay, that's is going to appear right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come here to see where the female is. Let's put a space and a comma. So the space is the space, that would be the empty space in there. So if I run it now, let's run it and you guys see what I'm talking about. Run. There we go. So that's how the whole interface is looking now. It looks very pretty anyway. So let's come in here, drop that down so I can select female or male, and I can also select empty slot. Okay, let's take care of this very one here. This one is already taken care of, so I'm going to exit out, although these buttons do nothing for now. So come in here, select this very one, go straight to the properties, and I'm going to click on, you see the model, so click on the three dotted sign in there, and I'm going to start by saying select a course there, and the very first one is going to be BA animation, something like that. And let's go for BSc computer science or computing, right, yeah, that's computing. Then I'm gonna go for BSc computer science. Okay, let's go for computer science now. There, and let's go for computer animation. Right, we have 4. What about computer information? Or okay, let's go for serious games. BSc serious games. There. BSc information system. Right. Okay, I have 6 different courses that the end user can choose from, so I'm going to just click on OK. There, that one is set. And the next one is the subject. Let's take care of the subject. I'm going to click on, and right here I will start by entering, that's a visual It's a Visual C++. Yeah. Okay, Visual C++ programming. And there. Okay. So maybe let's place this up there. Right. And click on OK. There. And because I don't want this to be showing, I'm going to come in here, just repeat exactly the same thing, space and a comma. Okay, come straight to the module there, just space and a comma. That should get rid of it. Alright, so it's now showing. So I'm going to repeat the same thing for the other buttons. So for the next one here, this very one, let's go back to the module, and I'm just going to enter maybe something like SQL and database and spreadsheet. Click on OK. Right, I don't want the SQL showing, so let's repeat the same thing here, space, comma. There. The next one. So for number 3, let's come in here and go back in there to the modal. Click on that, and the next one is going to be system analysis, and there. Alright, so click on OK. Okay, number 4, let's enter a subject in there, go to the modal again and click on that, and in there I'm just going to enter, let's say, statistics. Okay, and there we go. Data science, machine language, artificial intelligence. Click on that, and I need a space here. I need a space right at the front. Okay, space, comma, and I get rid of this. Let's click. There we go. And the 5th one, come in here, select modal as well, and I'm just going to call that PHP. Now I'm making up something so you guys can make up your own subjects. There we go. There. So I'm going to speed up the rest of the combo box so that we can finish up that very quick. It's taking a bit longer than expected. Alright, number 6. I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys. Alright, number 6, 7 and 8 are all taken care of. This is number 6. There. Number 7. There we go. Number 8. And there, all done. That's good. Okay, let's go to tab number 2. So in here I'm going to come right here, select my palette, click on a plane, drop one there, and let's change the size of that, the border style. Let's change the border to line border. You can choose any of these though. I just prefer line border. And in here change that to cadet blue. You don't have to use the color that I'm using. That is 95,158,160. There we go. There. And I'm just going to drag it that much. Right click on it and let's get it absolutely up. Okay, it's kind of like disappeared. I'm going to undo. There we go. Extend it before doing that. So absolute layer, yeah, that is fine. Okay, and I'm going to then reduce it how I want. I will also copy it, Control C, copy and paste right underneath here. Okay, that is fine. Okay, I can then Just select here and just drag it that much. Okay, this very one right underneath here, that is going to be for my table. Pull it down, and up here let's enter some data in here. So I'm going to come in here and grab a label. Right, and that very label, we change the text content of that label to Student Result Management System. There. And let's increase this font size to something a bit readable. Oh, that's just disappear, I think. Make that bold. I'm gonna have to do that again. Right click. So I should have pressed enter. So anytime you change the data, just make sure you press enter. There we go. That's fine. Let's say systems. Alright. Okay, that's alright. Now the next thing we want to do is I'm going to come in here, palette, and let's add a table. Bring my table here. There. Now the data on the table, I'm going to need about 29, because if you look here, in fact I actually have more than 29, but I'm going to need all of these. I need just 2 here. I need all of these. Yeah, in total this is 8, another 8 here, that's 16, 19, and these ones, and all of these ones here. So that's about 29. So let's come right here. Okay, let's select the properties of that. Where is it? Right here. There. So the very first title, that is going to be student ID. Oh, come on. ID. It's meant to get rid of all of this. There we go. And I'm going to leave the rest setting the way it is. Then this one is going to be first name. Surname. We have address next. Yeah. And I actually need to add more, so let's add more underneath here. I'm going to move this one up. Move up. Right. Just add more here. I need 29. As you can see, there's a counter here. Okay, 1, 2. That is it, done. So here that will be gender. And I have here date of birth, email here. Then here we have the course. Then underneath will be course code. Course code. Then modules. That will be the very first one. I might as well copy that. That's module number 1. That's 1. Module 2. Module 3. Module 4. Module number 5. Then we have module number 6. Stop that. 7, 8. Then after that we have the score. That will be score number 1. We need 8 of those as well. Score number 1. Score 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then here we have total score. Bring it down, and here we have that will be ranking. We have dates. I think I've actually missed one out. I think that's the mobile phone, so I'm going to make the push it up mobile, the student mobile. Let's move this one up. Move up, that should be right somewhere. Yeah, keep going. Move. Just 2 more. Yeah, it should be right underneath here. Right. Up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that is it. Now I have the whole lot. That's 29, like I said earlier on. So let's have a good look. Move that down. So that is 1 to 29. 1 all the way to 29. I'm going to click on OK now, and we then have just one more thing to set. Click on OK. So the rules that I'm leaving will be about 4, just like we have here. So click on OK. There we go. But look at it, it's all shrunk. So we need to do something with that. There's one property in there, so let's come in here to the properties, and I'm going to scroll right down. I can't remember the name, but when I see it I will recognize it. There we go. I found the property. Look at it here, auto resize mode. Okay, I'm going to change that to off. Okay, change it to off, and you're going to see what's going to happen now. There, you see, it's kind of like align the whole lot. So if I run it, let me save it first. So run. Let's see how that's looking. Come in here. See, that is how it is looking, and it also automatically include the scroll bar, horizontal scroll bar. Okay, that is fine. So the design of the interface, everything is now in place. All we then need to do now is to put together some lines of code. Let's start with the easy ones. These ones are easy, so let's exit out and start that. Okay guys, before I start coding, I'm going to import some jar files, actually 2 jar files. Let me go to the project here, right here. Let's bring that up so that you can see it. I'm going to go straight into the library here, right click on the library, and let's add jar file or jar folder. Just click on that. There. I need that of the calendar. I'm going to use that for my date and so on. So let's click on that, and I will also add another one. The first one that I've just added, that is it. And I need a driver for my database. So let's go into that one again. Right click on library, add jar, and I'm going to look for this driver here. Double click on that. And the driver that I intend to use is MySQL connector Java 8.0.22. There might be a latest version, but I don't know yet. You guys can always find that out. So I'm going to add that. So this should do what I want it to do anyway. So I have connector for my driver for my database, and the calendar. I need that one as well. So that is sorted. Now let's go into the coding area. Yeah, one other thing, I need the following. So let me just right click here, and or just click on anything, any button, and let's click on this one. I'm going to need that right away now anyway. Okay, that is for print. With a printer, I'm going to use try catch for the printer here. So let's say try, enter curly braces. I'm going to say JTXT print transcript, not print transcript. Yeah, get so dot print. That's all. So that is taking care of enter parentheses and a semicolon. Okay, if there's any error, and I want the system to do as follows. So Java dot awt dot print here dot print exception. There we go, that is it there, and the exception is going to be E. That should take care of the problem. So in there I'm just going to say system dot display whatever error message dot get it formatted, and if you want to enter any string in there, I'm just going to enter no printer found. And that is E dot get message. There we go. Just enter semicolon there. So that is the lines of code for print. Okay, this is it. This alone will do the work, but these other ones is just to undo the errors if there's any error. Okay, but before I go any further, let me import the following library. So I'm going to come right up here. So right underneath here, okay, where we have package, the name of your file, MYSQL student result system. I'm going to grab the following libraries. There we go, there they are. Okay, have a good look at them. I'm going to need all of those. Okay, for component, for combo box, for the frame that I intend to use for my exit, for message box, text fields, database connection, driver, prepare statement, results, all of these here, all of these ones are just for database, and this one is for database as well. And have a good look at it for tables and so on. Okay, so you need all of those libraries. Now let's take care of another very easy one. The other easy one is to handle is the exit. Right click and come right here, there. With the exits, first of all, I'm going to just declare a private variable here that I'm going to call, let's say J. Let's call the component JFrame, or the object JFrame, and the name of my own object is just frame. So I'm now going to say frame equals a new frame, because it's an object anyway. Come down here, equals new JFrame, and this is my new JFrame. I'm going to give it an alias name. It's going to be known as exit. There we go. Now right underneath here, using an if statement, I'm going to use the following message box display: J option plain dot show. Yeah, let's grab that. Come on. Okay, dot show confirm dialog, and the dialog, well, I grabbed the wrong one. The dialog is going to be frame comma, and let's just say confirm if you want to exit. There. That's my second argument. The first argument, second argument, and the third argument is just going to be the name of my system. Let's just say student result system. Taken care of. Comma. Now the next thing is I'm going to grab this same J option plain, just paste that in here. So I'm going to say dot yes no option. Come on. Okay, dot yes no option, and this yes no option equals yes no option. Grab all of these, paste that here. That should be equals. And there. So let's enter a curly braces here, and in here, what do I want it to do? System.exit. That is it, done. So my exit is taken care of. Okay, you must make sure you have your object for exit. Okay, so let's try these two out, the print and the exit. So let's first of all compile and run. So click on run. I'm just going to enter whatever in there. So let's say yeah, and let's click on print. Does the printer work? Yep, the printer works. I'm gonna go ahead and just print out something. Alright, print it on my PDF. There we go, but I'm going to have to save it on my desktop before printing it out. Let's see, it's coming up now. And there we go. That is it. Printed out on the PDF. So I'm going to exit out. I don't need it. Go back to my program. I also need to try the exit. Click on exit. Nope. Yes, I do want to exit. So that is working. So let's close this. Okay, so another easy one that I'm going to take care of would be the, let's take care of resets. So what I want to do with the reset is I want to let's write a line of code to take care of the resets individually based on each of the frames. So let's check this very first one. What is it called? That is panel number jpanel 10, and the next one is jpanel 5, and this one is what? jpanel 7, 10, 5, 7. This very one is just one single line of code. We take care of that, so there's no point. Alright, so let's take care of these ones first. Scroll right down. So reset, right click, event, action, and action perform. So right in here, I'm going to first of all create an object, and this object is going to be referring to the JText field, and JText field is we have an alias of JTXT. There's nothing in there. I'm going to create another one for the combo box because I have combo box on some of the frames as well. So I'm going to just call that JCBO. Is nothing as well there. Now let me take you guys back in here. If you take a good look at my combo box, this one is, if I right click, is called, let's go to the, that is JCBO. okay, all of them start with JBTO. So what I'm telling the system to do is any component that start with JCBO, take care of that. And this one is JTXT for all of the text box. Okay, for this one I'm not going to address this text box here. I'm going to use the individual code here to address this one. So when this clears, automatically this will be clear. So let's go back in there. You get the whole idea now. Reset, right click on reset again, go back to action perform. And the next thing now is for us to use a loop, a for loop for the components. So let's just say C that we have inside panel number 10 dot get components, right? Okay, and enter curly braces. If the component C dot get class, where is it? And that is supposed to be dot to string dot contains, if it contains anything that we have inside Java dot swing, javax dot swing dot j text field. Okay, in that case I don't want you to clear it, so take this up so that you can see it. So that means this JTXT equals text field, j text field, open a bracket, dot C. Okay, and what do I want you to do? I actually want you to clear, so that should be a C, not class. And JTXT dot set text equals nothing. Okay, alright, so that is taken care of. Let's get rid of this comma. There shouldn't be a full stop there, so that is taken care of. Alright, so I'm just going to copy it for the others. So let's copy this, and I'm going to change it for column number 5. Change this one to 5 there. But the thing is, I think this is number 5, panel 5 here. That's panel 5. So in the case of panel 5, I'm going to be using it for combo box. So I'm going to change every single components in there to combo box. So back in here, let's come back here and just change that to combo box 5. So that will be, instead of text, that will be J combo box. Might as well copy it here. Copy, change. I'll repeat the same thing here. And this one will be JTXT, no, JCBO. JCBO. But in the case of the method in here, that is meant to be dot selected item. I want that to get defaulted back to 0. So that takes care of the combo box. Nice one. Okay, we have one more, and that is 7, I believe. Let's come in here and check out the name of this one. This is 7. Yes, 7. So back inside my code, right click, event, action, perform. So I'm going to grab this. So that's for the text box. Paste that in there and change this to 7. There, I've just taken care of all of the text boxes, but there's 2 that needs to be taken care of separately. 1 and 2. You see these other ones here? We can also take care of them. Yeah, might as well just copy and paste it. That's number 5 anyway, so just paste it in there. So change that to 5. Now we need to take care of those 2 separately, and this other one here, we need to take care of this one separately. So this one is called, let's copy the name and come right down here, paste it right underneath here, and just say dot set text, and now I'm going to make that nothing. There. And we also need to take care of the gender. Let's say gender dot, that will be selected index as well. So let's just copy that here, somewhere here, selected in index, that will be 0, paste, and one more. Okay, the next one is going to be for course code. So let's grab this. No, it's just for course, not course code. And I'm going to change this one to course, and that's take care of the reset button. There we go. Take it from the top, have a good look at it. And just for your information, this is DJ Oamen's second channel. The channel is called Paul Oamen, and that's me, Captain Paul DJ Oamen. That is it right there, guys. So I'm going to now run it. Let's save that and just run. It's compiled, and we click on run. Okay, let's try this out. I'm going to enter whatever in here and select anything here. Oh, this will actually clear all of that. I should have changed that to something else. Okay, but that's okay. Yeah, this one's, I think, yeah, I think that should take care of this as well. Okay, decision time. I will lose everything in here, but that's alright. So let's click on reset. There we go. You see this one is all gone. So I'm going to change that to 0 because that's the default. So that's number 5. Change the text content on there. Number 5. Text area. Change that to 0. There. So instead of me just clearing the whole lot, that will become 0. So let's try that again. Take a good look at it. The reset button. Bring it down and down. That's it. Now run. So if I change anything in here now, okay, click on reset. There we go. I still have all my 0 in here. Now this is where the problem is. I want this one cleared. I want it cleared. So I'm going to have to change that separately. Okay, so we want to clear the txt. So JTXT total score dot set. Just copy this, clear that, and repeat the same thing for the other three. JTXT ranking there, then the date, JTXT date. No, stop that. Date. There we go. Okay, let's try it out again. Run. So we'll just try out whatever and enter anything in here. Reset. There we go. That's how I want it to work. And welcome back to the third part of this tutorial. Okay guys, now let's take care of result. Okay, I'm going to exit out and let's come right in here. With the result, we're going to have to declare an array that will take care of all of these text widgets. So let's come right here. You see, right click on result and let's go to event action perform. Click on that event and I'm going to scroll down here. First of all, let's create an array. This is going to be an integer array, and this is how you create an array in Java, on an integer array in Java, and that is the name of my array. It's called score equals new int. Then I'm going to open up a square bracket. I will enter about 9 in there, and let's end it with a semicolon. So the very first part of my array is going to be score 0. Arrays always starts from 0. There we go. So the very first element that will be inside the array is going to be my txt score 1. Txt score 1. This is it right here. This very one. Okay, look at it. So I'm going to copy that. But the thing is, because this component only takes in string character, I'm going to have to convert it. Whatever I enter into it, I'm going to have to convert it into an integer. So to get that sorted, we say int integer dot parse int, and what integer am I passing? There is going to be JTXT score 1 dot get text. There. So I've taken care of the very first one. So I might as well just copy this and change the names around. I have 8 in total. And paste. So like I said earlier on, arrays always start from 0, so the next is 1, 2, 3 and so on. There, in total, if you count that, that's 8. Now this one's, the name is txt2 txt score 3, and we have 4 here, 5, 6, 7 and 8 there, and I'll have all my text box in place. Now I'm now going to add up all the values that we have inside each array. Let's assign that to array number 8, score 8 there, and score 8 equals as follows. We add up all the data that we have in here. So starting from the 0, so that will be 0. So we have another one and another one and so on. So just copy that. That's 4, 6 and 8. So let's change the values around. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. There we go. So that is every single data we have in here is added up and stored inside array number 8. Now I'm now going to add whatever we have inside array number 8. I'm going to assign that into txt total score dot set text, and the text that we are setting has to be converted back to string because it's an integer. So to convert an integer back to string, we say integer dot to string. That is it. And what am I converting to string? I am converting this score number 8. I'm converting that to a string. There we go, and just end this right there, and that is it. So whatever score that you enter in here is added up and stored right in here. Okay, so that is taken care of. Now let's find out with the score we have in here, if it's greater than 700, then we can assign first class here. If it's maybe around 600, then we can make that, let's say, about second class upper and so on. So let's go back in there and use an if statement to take care of that. Come right down here and let's say if score 8 is greater than and equals to 700, enter a curly braces. In that case, j txt ranking dot set text dot set text, that will be equals first class. There we go. First one is taken care of. Now we're going to use an else if to take care of the rest. So let's come in here. Let's say else if. There should be a space in between that. Else if it's 600, let's call that second class upper. Second class upper. Okay, if it's greater than and equals to 500, that will be second class lower. This is how you write your second class lower with an II. So we enter lower here. Good. Now the next option will be 400, and that will be third class. Anything greater than equals to 400 will be third class. Let's copy and paste that, change this one to 400 and no 400, and this is third class. You have third class there. The next one is, let's say 300. The case of 300 is greater than and equals to 300. Okay, that will be certificate of higher education. Now if it's less than, paste that here, if it's less than and equals to 299, that's a fail. There we go. So those are all the conditions that goes with this text box that you guys are looking at here. All of this text box, and those values are stored in here. But there's something I haven't taken care of, the date. Need to enter date as well. Okay, that is fine. Okay, let's add date underneath here. So let's say I'm going to say calendar, and that was why I actually added this calendar driver. Calendar, I'm going to call it today equals calendar dot get instant. I've just created a calendar object there. So this very calendar object is going to be today dot get time, and this time will be converted anyway. There. I'm going to use that to simplify the date. So let's say sample date format. Okay, sample date format. I'm going to call that T date. That is equals new sample date format. Get rid of this. Let's copy this. And my date format is going to take the following format: day dash mm. Oh, let's use uppercase. Let's use, no, I want to use lowercase in there. Dash mm dash forwards. Okay, that is fine. There. Now we've got that in place. What we then need to do is to assign that straight into txt date dot set text, and that is as follows. So it's going to be t day dot format, and what am I formatting? I am actually formatting today dot get time. There, and that should officially give us the date. That is it. Okay, I'm going to save that, and let's run it just to make sure it all works. Then before I take care of the other condition, run. Okay, oh, I need to be able to add some data in here. Okay, let's assume it's all zeros. Click on result. There we go. Fail, and today's date is right there. So that's fine. That's fine. It's working. Okay, but one other thing is, supposing the end user end up entering values greater than 100, that I don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do is as follows, and that's going to be based on individual frames really. So let's assume, let's grab this, grab that, come right down here, paste that in here. So it's going to be array 0 if it's greater than 100. If it's greater than 100, then score 1, tst score 1 dot text should automatically default back to 0. There. I'm going to copy this, repeat the same thing for the next one. That'll be for 2, 3, there. So now let's change the order around. This is 0, so this one is going to be 1. If this one is 1 array, this one is 2, 2, 3, 3, and we have 4, 4, we have 5, 5 here, we have 6 here, 6, and we have 7 here. Okay, 7, that's array number 7, which makes it 8, and we have 18 here. That is it, all done. Get rid of these ones. There. So that is everything about my results. So have a good look at it. Take it from the top here, bring it down here, and this is where we actually assigned our grade. Bring it down, dates, and where we validate the input on each of the text box. That is it. Alright, that is fine. Now let's try it out anyway. I'm going to go back in here. I will select every single one of these. Let's just uncheck it. Come right here, and where is it? Enable. Yeah. Okay, let's run it. Run. It's coming up. There we go. Okay, so what we want to do now is let's enter some data in here over and here. Alright, so let's click on results. There we go, and you see the ones that are way too over 100. You see what happened? They get deleted. Okay, so we will now come in here and just add some values. There we go. Okay, so that is working the way we want. Now I'm going to take care of these individually. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, they are all taken. 5 taken care of. This one, these 2 are not taken care of. Cancel that. Okay, let's exit out. Alright, let's take care of the transcript. Where is this transcript? Come down here, right click, and let's select action perform. There we go. So right in here inside the transcript, let's say JTXT transcript, dot append, okay, which means add to. What I want you to add in there is going to be as follows: backslash tab. This is how we write tab. Okay, and that is going to be transcript. So hopefully it should be able to center my transcript there. Now I'm going to come down here and I will, let's get rid of this for now. I will then add next line. That's how we write next line as well. Put this here to prevent the error. Okay, now that is done. I'm now going to come down here. Let's say plus the next one is going, let's just add underline. There we go. And take me to the next line. I will now come down to the next line here, plus, let's make sure it's in order. That is going to be student registration. Number. Okay, that's where the student registration number will be displayed. Okay, enter column there and tab 2 of those. Okay, let's, and I want to add the student name, no, student ID. Let's add more space in there. Okay, say plus JTXT student ID dot get whatever we have in there, text, plus take me to the new line. Let's say double D line. That is good, taken care of. Now let's take care of the name. Yeah, name, let's do that. I'm going to add another plus sign here. Okay, plus name, and I would then say plus JTXT first name dot get plus, I'm going to add about 3 tabs. Yep, and let's say plus again here. Get rid of this. No, plus. We want to then add the score. No, JTXT surname. Okay, let's add the surname, not the score. Dot get text. Alright, that's fine, that's taken care of. We have the first name and the surname there. Let's add double space in there. Good. Now to take care of the others, I have the student ID number, the student first name and surname. Now the grades, I'm going to copy all of these, paste this one here, there. All I need to change is this is going to be number 1, and the module here, the module is going to be, well, we have to get rid of all of this. This is JCBO model 1 dot get selected item, get selected item. There we go. And in here that is going to be score 1 there. So the very first one is taken care of, so I'm just going to copy this. It's now a little bit easier. Paste, and that is 2. We have 4 now, and copy all of this again. That is it, we have 8. So let's just change this around. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Brilliant. Okay, that's good. So let's just put it all in order properly. Tidy it up. There we go. And this is 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There. So this is how you create your transcript. Now what is left is just for us to add our, let's add the total, the ranking and date. I'm going to copy all of this. Let's put a line across here, copy, and right underneath here, paste. Okay, there we have 2, so that's fine. Now the very first one here is going to be for total. I want to say plus total score. And backspace, yeah, 2 we do, plus jtxt total score dot get text. Okay, plus, let's say, new line. So we have our score in place, total score in place. We now need ranking. Let's take care of ranking as well. I'm just going to copy this, so that should do for ranking and date. Copy. So that will be date, no ranking. This will be date. Paste. So we enter date here, and the components, change the name of the component to date. We have ranking here. There we go. Change the name of that to ranking as well. And my friends, this is how you take care of your transcript. Right, that is your transcript taken care of. Have a good look at that. Okay, let's save, run, and let's see how that's gonna look like. Run. Alright, I'm going to change the data we have in here. Just write anything in there, and I'm going to actually lock up the whole system. There we go. Results, yep. Transcript, there we go. Look at that. The name is now showing, and here, because I did not select anything here, I should have selected something. So let's try that again. I'm not going to use the clear, that will clear the whole system. So let's enter the student ID here, name, and the name is my best friend Tony Montana. There. Okay, try the transcript one more time. There we go. Now look at that, it's all populated. Tony Montana's name, Tony Montana. There shouldn't be any space in here. The space is too wide. Okay, student's number, yeah, that's good. Alright, that's very good. So my transcript is fine. All we then need to do is just to click on print. Let's go for yes, why not? Yeah, go for it. Okay, we have to give it a name. Let's just call it 20 transcript. Okay, 20 trans, that's fine. Save it on my desktop. Click on save, and that is it. It's now coming up. There we go. See that? So the print works as well. Okay, let's go back to NetBeans. NetBeans. All right. Okay, that's fine now. So I'm going to clear the whole system. Let's clear it. 1 2 3 4 5 works. So we need this. I need this very one so that I can add up all the details straight in here. So we also need to create a database. Okay, let's clear it all out for now, and I'm going to see all of these ones. I'm going to disable them just the way it was before. So let's go back in here, select it all. I want them all disabled to be enabled using the following. All of this. Now go straight to the properties. Where is enable? That's enabled there. I'm going to uncheck that, disables it. So that is fine. Now let's run it and see. Alright, it's all fine. I'm working the way we want. Okay, let's take care of this now. So when I click on this, I want to be able to enter data in here. So I'm going to exit out. Alright, let's come in here and right click, event, action, and action perform. And right here, the first thing I'm going to use is I'm going to say use an if statement to determine what is in here. So I'm going to say if cbo dot get selected item dot get selected item, and if the selected item is equals empty dot equals empty, enter curly braces. If it's equals empty, I want my txt jtxt score 1 dot set text, that will be 0. Okay, and I also want it to, okay, I also, it's going to be 0, and I might as well not take a chance. Let's just say dot set enable. Okay, dot set enable, that will become false. Enabled, I think that is equals false. So if it's still 0, enable will be false. Else, let's copy this. Else, this will become clear. This will be true, and let's set focus in here. So dot request focus, do that again, dot request focus. There we go, that is it. Yeah, that is fine. So if there's any data in there, request focus becomes true. So let's run it and see how that's going to work. If it works fine, I'll just copy and paste it to the others and change things around. It's looking good anyway. Alright, so grab that and there, so I can just enter value in there. Okay, and if there we go. That is brilliant. I like that. Alright, that's good. Okay, the next thing is, let's repeat exactly the same thing for the others. So I am going to exit out and I'm going to copy those lines of code that I've just put together. Now the next one is number 2 here, so let's click on that, and that is it up here. Paste and change the data in there to 2, and this one will be 2 for the text box number 2. This is 2 as well. 2. Repeat exactly the same thing for combo box number 3. There we go. Paste that in here, and that is 3. Combo box 3. Text box will be 3. As TST score is 3 as well. Number 4. Right click, event, action, and action perform. That is it up here. Paste and change the variable names to 4 and 4 here as well. Guess you guys are following. Let's take care of number 5. Right click, event, action, and action perform. That's number 5 here. Paste, and this will be 5. We are almost there now. Right. 6. Right click, action, action perform. Up here. Paste. 6. That's 2 more. 7. Repeat exactly the same thing here. There. And below, I think that's 8. I can see 8, so I won't bother click on 8. So this is 7. 7. So that is my reason for naming them in a way that I would be able to identify which component belong to which. This is 8 here. 8. And that is it for the subject. So let's run it and see how that's going to look like. There we go. Select that, enter value in there. That's fine. That's good. You see that, guys? That works fine. We can just hit that, and we can even print out the transcript. Look at that. That is brilliant. Alright, so now let's take care of this one here. So if I select any of these, I want it to give me all of the necessary information for these 5 text box. So close that. So let's go back in here and right click, select event, action, action perform. Okay, right in here I'm going to use an if statement to take care of that as well. So let's make reference to the content we have on the system. So that is going to be get item if the item equals whatever. So I'm going to copy all of this. Let's paste that here. So if the very first item we're looking for is BA, animation. So now I want the system to do as follows: enter curly braces for my statement. So JTXT course code dot set text. The set text, and what text do we want in there? That's going to be the course code. There we go. That's the course code for that taken care of. JTXT faculty dot set text, and that will be, let's just call that school of art. There we go. Taken care of. Let's just copy and paste this ones. Alright, the next one is going to be Dean of Faculty. Dean. Then the Dean, we can call that Professor or whatever. Let's say Professor Daniel, or okay, let's say Daniel Morehouse. And the next one here, that is leader, course leader or program leader. That is going to be, that's a Dr. Carrie Casey. And here, that is for course tutor Tony Anthony, something like that. And this is course tutor. There we go. So that's my very first condition. So the others is going to be else if. So I'm just going to copy that. So if BA is selected, this is what's going to happen. So let's run that. You see what I'm talking about first before we proceed. There guys, let's select anything with BA. There we go. Look at that. That's good. So exit out. Let's see, clear. That's fine. Exit out. Now back in here. So I'm going to now use else if and populate that with the others. Else if, and I'll just change that around. Might as well just speed that up, so it's all the same lines of codes anyway. Okay, that is it guys, all done. Exactly the same lines of codes. This is my very first one, this is the second one, and that's for serious games, computer science, computing, computer animation, and information. Okay, now let's run that, then we will take it from there. It's coming up. There we go. Now run. Okay, animation, that's fine. Computing, that's fine. You can see that. Computer science, it's working. That's fine as well. Yep. And there. Okay, now supposing we select this, I want everything cleared. Okay, let's see, let's take care of that very one. Here we have this, that's panel number 7. Panel number 7 is already taken care of inside my resets. So I'm going to go back into my reset and let's copy that. Reset panel number 7. There we go, look at it. Grab all of that. Yep, grab that, so that will speed up the whole process. Come back in here, action perform, click, and I'm going to go right down here using else if again. First of all, let me paste this because I'm just going to copy this now. Copy all of this, paste it right here, and close this up. Then here I am going to declare, no, create an object here, field, and the field is going to be jtxt. That would be equals nothing. There we go. You see the arrow gone. Now in here is meant to be select. Let's say select a course. There we go. That is it, taken care of. Okay, all done. And the other thing that I noticed, let me run this and see. First, it's coming up. Come on. If I run this, enter whatever in there, and let's change it to select a course. There. And supposing I click on this, and see, because there's a space in here, I want it cleared as well. Okay, if we select this, it should clear. It's not clearing. Alright, so come right here. Or we can do one thing, let's get rid of that very space. Select this instead of, come back in here, where is model. There we go, that's it. Drag it this much. Alright, get rid of that comma there. I think that will do it. Okay, let's try it out now. So I'm going to run it. So instead of writing another code, that is it. There's no more space, so that's good enough. Alright, that is fine. Now what is left for us is to now create a database. Then we can then put together a line of code so that we can store everything straight into our database. Okay, so let's exit out and go straight into our code. Right click, action perform. Go right up here first. So right here I'm going to declare the following. Let's say we have, let's go for string username, that is equals, it's going to be root, so yours will be root as well, guys. And password, my password is 123456. Yeah. Then let's say database or data connect, whatever. That is going to be as follows. So let's go for jdbc dot MySQL dot column /localhost column 33 06 / now what is going to be the name of my database? What should I call that database? I'm going to just make that up. I'm going to call it student result. Okay, that's going to be the name of my database. I don't have a database called, no, let's just call it results DB, not student results DB. Okay, that's good enough. All right, now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to create a connector here. So let's say connection, that is going to be my SQL con. That is nothing for now. Then my prepared statement, that is going to be PST equals nothing. Result set. I'm going to call that RS. That is equals nothing. Nice one. So let's declare integer here. Integer. There we go. Alright, I have all my declarations in place. But my problem right now is I don't have a database. So I'm going to copy this and let's open up the database. Okay, Workbench. So let's go to the schema there, click on that, and that is the name of my database, result DB. Click on apply. Okay, that is the schema. When you click on the schema, that will open up an area where you can create your database. Then from there you create your table. So now click on apply again. Here is successfully created. The database is created. Click on finish. Now let's look for my database. Scroll right down. Results DB. There we go. That is it right there. Result DB. Right click on result DB. Let's drop this down. Okay, drop it down. Inside result DB we have the following component: tables, view, and so on. So right click on the table and let's create table. There, give your table a name. I'm calling it the same name, result DB. And once the schema is created, you see this double head arrow, I'm going to drop it down there, and the very first column, that is going to be student ID. That's my very first one. Let's use uppercase for that. Student ID, and the student ID is going to be my primary key. It's going to be, it must not contain known value, and it's going to be unique to each individual. Now the next one is going to be first name, surname, address here, gender, date of birth. Mobile, and underneath here I'm going to enter email there. So that's for the first one. Okay, now the next one is going to be this. Let's change that to course. Yeah, then I have course code. That is correct. Then I have modules. This will be module number 1, so I might as well just copy that. Copy. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is taken care of. The next one is going to be score. Score, let's copy that and we just repeat the same thing. That is score 1, score 2, 3, 4, 5. This one should have been 4. 6, 7, and 8. That is fine. So we now need 3 more. Total score. Total score. Yep. Ranking. And will you accept dates? It should accept dates. Date. So in total I should have 29. Okay, that is it all taken care of. Take a good look at it. I'll bring it down and down. There. Okay, click on apply. So take this down and just check how many we have in there. That is correct. I have 29 in total. Click on apply. That is it. My database is created. Click on finish. There. Alright, so I'm going to minimize that. Now one thing I have to do is I'm going to have to do let's do this first. Okay, right underneath here, let's create a public, no, a function, actually not a public function. Let's create a function right underneath here. I'm going to call that a public function. Public void, let's say upload db. There, public function upload db. Let's say try cache. If there's any problem, take care of that for me. And let's come down here and just take care of my cache statement as well. Then we'll take it from there. So my cache statement, that would be exception ex. And what is going to be my error handler message? So I'm going to say J option pen dot, let's say show message dialog, and the message is going to be nothing, but it's going to come from within the system. So grab this and just enter ex there. So that should take care of that. Now let's take care of this. Okay, with that, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to say, let's say class dot forename. There we go. Forename automatically appears. Forename, and what is going to be the name? I'm going to call it con dot MySQL dot jdbc dot driver. I already have a driver on board, if you guys can still recall. I have my driver in place. Alright, so let's put this in a quote really. There we go. Then my no, that should be SQL con equals driver manager dot get connection. And what are the connections? Connection we have to come from as follows, these three here. Okay, so we can just grab all of these, those three. So the first one is, we have username already, so let's go for one, and finally we have password. There, and toss a semicolon there. That is taken care of. Then prepare statement is going to be my SQL con dot prepared statement, and what statement is going to be in there? That is going to be an SQL statement. So I'm going to say select from, select all from. If you guys can still recall, my database name is called results DB. It is very one. Grab that. So whatever you call your database, make sure you remember, else there's going to be an error. There we go. Now result set, that is prepare statement dots execute the query. There we go. But I'm going to need in metadata, so let's say result set metadata. I'm going to call that xt data, that is equals result dot get, no, that should be a result dot get metadata. Okay, now q is equals that dot get columns, column count. Okay, that's going to do the counter for me for each of those columns. Now what about my table? I might as well just add my table to the whole scene here. So underneath here I'm going to say default table there should be more though as well. Dot, I will call it record table, that is equals the default table model. And the table model, that is J table, that is the name of my table, table 1 dot, let's see, table 1 dot get model. There we go. Alright, so get rid of this. That was supposed to be a variable. Okay, this is supposed to be lowercase. Yeah. Okay then, that is fine. Now the next thing we now want to do is to grab this table to count with record table I want you to count as follows: record table dot set row count. That will take care of, yeah, that should take care of the rows on the table. Now I'm going to use while loop, y rs dot next, and that is, there's a vector column, vector column data equals new vector here. And let's use a for loop now. With a for loop, we'll be able to get hold of our components. So let's say for the I that I declared up there with the key equals 1, comma I less than and equals to q column I plus plus. There. Now we now need to grab hold of our, well, I said date. Let's change that to column data. Column data do as follows. The first one is going to be column data dot add, and what I want you to add is going to be result dot gets string, and where string is student ID. So I'm now calling this every single name, no, every single column on my database. Student ID is the very first one. There, end that, and let's get rid of this. So that's the very first one, and I have 28 more to go. So the next one is first name. Copy that, paste that there. So that is first name. We have surname, enter surname there, copy the 3. We have address, yes, address. We have gender, date of birth, DOB, I call that. We have mobile, we have email, and we have course code, no course, and so on. So I'm just going to speed that up and get back to you guys. And that is it. I've entered every single data. So let's take it from up here. Okay, come right down here, there, and this is the other columns or the fields on the database itself. Okay, there we go, and that's it. Now what I'm now going to do is to grab this record table here, this very one. I'm now going to add, that is for my table. I'm now going to add the columns straight onto the table. So let's come right down here. There, that is my variable that I declared, or the object that I declared for the table, dot add rows. and the rows that we're going to be adding is going to come directly from here, this one here, column data. There we go, and that is all there is to it. Okay, this is taken care of now, so all we then need to do is to take care of the add. Okay, for us to be able to add the data straight onto the database, we need to use this add function. Right click and let's come right here, there. And the first thing is, let me just enter try there, try cache. Okay, before I go any further, let me copy this here. Let's go straight up here. We might as well copy it. Where is it? My that I just declared here. Okay, this I'm going to copy all of this here up to here, and I'm going to start using my, let's copy all of that, come right down here, bring it down. Where is it? Come back in here, right click, yeah. Alright, paste that in there. Okay, now we have that in place. Okay, alright, and here instead of select, that is going to be insert into the database. Get rid of the from. Okay, the following tables. So what are the tables? First thing first, let's take care of this first. So I'm going to come down here, let's take care of this annoying whatever. Come right down here and say cache, and that is going to be, I'm going to call that class not found exception ex. Undo that. Class not found exception ex, and that is going to be Java dot utility dot login dot gets logger, and that is going to be the name of my database. Let's grab the name of my database up here. Where is it? There we go. And come right down here, wherever that is. Where was it? Let's click on where the errors are, paste that in here. Right, dot class dot get name and dot log. Right, we're getting somewhere. Okay, so we now come down here and just say Java dot utility dot login dot level dot login no dot login dot level dot severe level, comma, that's null, comma ex. Alright, at last that one is done. Okay, that is the error handler for the class not found. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to enter another error handler for the SQL statement. So that is going to be cache SQL exception there, and that is it. So the error handlers are taken care of. Okay, this is not found, this is just for SQL statement. Okay, now let's take care of all of the rows here, or fields. So right here, the very first column that I have in here, that is going to be student ID. Comma, we have first name, comma, surname, comma, address, okay, comma, I have gender. Nice, that's good. Okay, we have up to gender, so I'm going to put comma there, press enter. The next one is going to be, say, plus date of birth, DOB, comma, mobile, comma, email, comma, course, then we have course code, then we have the various modules. Alright, let me do this. I'm just going to put those ones right underneath. So the modules, module 1. So let's copy that, just pick that up, copy. So we have paste module 2, there. So 1 2 3, that's 4 5 6 7 and 8. Alright, all the modules are in place. The next one, I'm gonna make that, let's come out here and just say plus the scores, that is score number 1. Let me copy this score first. There, 1, score 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Have all of them in place. Yeah. Then comma, we have total score, ranking, and date. Very good. That is that done, all done. So we need, let's see, why do we have that error? Okay, we need to just finish it up, it's not finished yet. So now come down here, I am now going to say plus value, and the value is going to be, let's use a question mark. I have 29 of those. So okay, so let's just copy this. We can copy this now. that is 4. Okay, that should give me 29, and let's close that off there. All right, and finally I will then use the prepare statement to add. So let's say prepare statement dot set string, and the string is going to be the very first one, and that is supposed to be JTXT student ID dot get text. That's my very first one, then followed by surname and so on. So I'm going to copy these, copy, and just paste, and then change it around. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is going to be first name, surname, address, then we have, I'm going to have to change all of these. The fifth one is string, close that, that is J, gender dot get selected item, there we go, taken care of. Right, the next one is date of birth, DOB, and we have mobile, we have email, and the next one is going to be different as well, that is combo box. So come in here, paste that in there. That's number 9 is course code, not course code there, and number 10 is going to be course code. Okay, that's 10, that is course code. So I'm going to have to speed this up there. All I'm just doing is calling each of the text components. Okay, let's speed that up. Okay guys, all done. So I've called every single component I have on my system. There we go. Right, so finally I'm now going to get it executed. So let's say prepare statement dot execute and update, and let's add a message box. Let's say J option and just show me a message, show message. Let's grab any message here, and this message will be, let's say this student updates, student result updated, something like that, student result updated. That's all, that's the message. Put that in a quote. Alright, and finally I'm now going to call the function that I've added up there, upload DB. There we go. That is it, all done. Officially all done. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the add function again. These are the lines of codes for the add. Okay, let's move this in a little bit. Bring it down. Down and down and there. So I'm going to compile and run. Okay, let's run it now. Run. There we go, guys. So let's enter student details in there. Okay, we want to make sure if it works, we are able to display everything in here and in our database as well. So that is the student reference number, and the student name is John Johnson. Address number 13, Bina Lane, and here is male, date of birth 19, mobile number email john@gmail.com. Now the course, let's say studying computer science or computing, that's fine, and enter his grades in there. Yep. Okay, let's change that to software testing, cyber security, and digital whatever. There we go. All we then need to do is click on result. Our transcript is working fine. Now decision time, let's see if this one is working. Click on add, and there we go, guys. The message box pops up telling us that the system is successfully updated. I'm going to click on OK, and let's check out the student records. There we go. Look at that. We have Johnson's details in there. So let's go back in here. Now let's check out our database. Right here, I'm going to go to the table. Click on the table, and there we go. That is it. We have Johnson details on the database as well. So guys, that is how you develop your own student results recording system with Java in NetBeans. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you enjoyed it. And this is Paul Oamen, second channel, the owner of DJ Oamen's Channel. And please do subscribe to this channel as well. And you all have a nice day now, and bye for now.